Alright, welcome back. Just a quick little what I've done so far. Not a lot. Having a serious lack of motivation to do anything in the shop, which is crazy considering I got a nice shop now. Funny how that works out. So I got all the airlines ran. Kind of already did a video showing you about the new tidy strips and this, but I went in today and added this. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna have to do this with the camera. Give me 1 second. Let me position it. There you go. You kind of see I glued in this strip along the bottom, getting as low as I could. I mean, I could have made it thinner to lower it more, but essentially I can get the valve all the way up to here before it touches this top equipment tray that's not in here. It fits in those little 2 grooves right there in the front, and then it has its screw on this little lip back here, same as the backboard. So it's going to go to, I made a mark. The edge of the valve can kind of come up to about right there before the button on top touches this equipment tray above it. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 valves here, sequencer, brake valve, unlock valve, and then I'm going to have the light controller sitting right back here because it's kind of big, and it's going to kind of look, yeah, so there's the light controller. So I'll have 3 on one side, this guy will be kind of over here, brake valve, and then this guy, and then you'll have this guy right here. So it'll look kind of, it's going to be angled, they're going to be angled like this. That way I can kind of get them all in there as well. So the gear doors will be here and teed off into this to give air pressure for the telemetry. This is, wait a minute, I'm missing a valve. Oh, here we go. Sorry. 4 valves over here. Bay door, brake, unlock, light controller. So that's kind of what the setup is. That's going to be on that little board that I glued in on the nose. And then this tray right here is what goes over top. I had to trim off about a 1/2 inch on the back, or maybe a little less than a 1/2 inch, but trim that much off because the board was too long. I also went ahead and mounted the UAT mounts to the back tray here. Something I didn't pay attention to, it's an easy fix, but the pumps that I had mounted back there on that back, you can kind of see the two holes there, which are the 2 holes for this right here. So that's going to mount back there on that. Well, they're hitting, when you put the UATs in here, it's too close. So it was hitting like right that. I thought about it, but I thought that this would give it clearance. I just didn't move them far enough forward. Maybe another 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, it would clear this. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to make one more little piece of wood, and I'm going to sit this, see if I can do this with one hand. So this is going to sit on top of this little, it sits perfectly on top right there, just like that. You kind of see it there. And then I'll just take a flat piece and go between the 2, screw in, it'll attach to the G10. I'll probably just glue it and then just have the 2 screws right there that holds it on. So I remove those 2 screws, and then this whole thing comes out with that little mount that I'll make to kind of fix my goof. Not a huge deal, but I'm going to get everything ran. I got to get the tanks put in still. I'm going to be using some, that's one thing they didn't come with in this kit, is fuel tanks, or air tanks. So I'm going to use some, I carry a lot of, I've got a bunch of the Jet Model Products air tanks, and I will get a couple of those. I'm probably going to do just 2 big ones, and set them on top of the inlets. It's hard to see, but there's the inlets that come in. I'm gonna set one on this side, one on this side. If they'll fit. If I have to go smaller diameter to get them to fit on top of that, I'll just go 2 tanks and 2 tanks and tee them. Gear and gear doors will be in one tank system. Brakes and everything else will be on the other one. And the unlock will be on the gear. That way I just have the 2 fill ports like I did before. Only one of them will have telemetry, which is the gear pressure. That's all I really care about. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go against what I was planning. I think I'm gonna ditch the compact hubs because I really want to mount these back here. But this is some weight, man, and this thing's gonna be tail heavy. So the more weight I put back here, it just means the more weight I'm possibly going to have to add in the nose. Last time I was able to get rid of all the nose weight to CG it where I wanted it, but the last one didn't have the full carbon fiber rudders, which are quite a bit heavier. So I may switch to the compact hub. These are the compact hubs, sorry. Switch to the light hub, which is less, quite a bit less on weight. And I will mount them back here, and then I'll just use telemetry on the radio to monitor the start. It will still require me to plug in a GCU to do programming and changing of settings, but I don't ever usually touch those once the motors are running and set up. So this is just strictly for monitoring, but if I can use it on my radio to monitor, then there's no point in using the compact. Alright, and that's kind of where I'm at. Slow going again today, but it's getting there. I'm going to try to wrap most of this up this weekend and move on to another jet. So I'll at least get it all together, and it'll just be kind of like final CGing and setup at that point. So not much tonight, but tomorrow should be more of a day of, well, crap, I have to do some errands tomorrow. Gotta get a tag for my new truck. Probably go to the grocery store, so yeah, I'll get out here when I can tomorrow. But you guys have a good evening, and never got any replies back. Well, before I say good evening, never got any replies back on my question about this. I'm assuming nobody does it. I'm assuming nobody puts these in their air system in the model to keep moisture and stuff out of their valves. But I mean, that's what they're designed for. Or at least that's the way Jetronics out of Germany sells them, and or what they sell them for. But I was just curious if anybody actually used those, other than just putting it on your compressor that you're filling your air system with, which is kind of the common way to do it. But it would keep trash out of your valves if there's something to happen, or moisture from entering the valve if there is moisture in the system, because even with those moisture traps on your compressors, it seems like you still get, you'll watch the line past the little air filter or the water trap, and you get moisture and stuff. So especially if you use it a lot. But just a thought. So let me know what you think, if anybody happens to have any experience with it, or just some opinions. Remember, their opinions. No wrong answer. You guys have a good one, and I will see you guys tomorrow.